Okay.
showcase in
Rồi kia rồi.
manufacturing.
Rồi. Okay, okay.
What do you have in mind? I mean, the unique elements
Mm.
for this collection at KL Fashion Week showcase?
Okay. Key Ng was actually, I knew him like when I was a college boy. I used to buy his clothes. Okay, it was like way back, and he was like a fashion idol to me. And there was this during a premiere. He was I'm a film director as well. So during a premiere, I met him, and we just came. Hey, oh, you're Key. Okay, let's do something like for KL Fashion Week. Yes, he proposed this KL Fashion Week because I'm a fine artist as well. I grew up the mountains and nature and all sorts of things
Where are
since I
you from,
was.
by the way?
I'm born in Seremban, but I grew up in KL. But
See.
my dad loves the nature, and he brought us to whatever that he can actually not find from the city. To just get away from the city as much as possible for just let us have this very unique childhood and a proper kind of a fresh kind of a unique childhood, and that's why we grew up. Attached to a lot of mountains and nature and stuff. When I became a fine artist, mountains became actually very natural, kind of blend into my creations. And I only draw mountains like the sun, and stuff like that. And all my works are all about nature and about
Evolving in
mountains,
nature?
evolving in nature, and a lot of things. And so we have this chance opportunity to collaborate with Key. So, and he loves mountain as well. He loves nature as well. That actually bond us together.
Right.
And actually, he's the Sifu of the fashion side of things.
Yes.
And I'm just blending whatever I can with my profession to make it work with fashion and also fine arts at the same time.
Right. So in this case, this is more like a very unique collaboration for this round because I foresee it will be very much that's where the theme is called the power of nature comes in, right? Because the mission and vision that what Key also shared about is more like he actually he's a very outgoing person, so it will be also in regards to the mountains, the also to go into the climate as well in terms to help out, like right now all the disaster is around, happening around. So in terms of this area, that's where this collaboration comes about between yourself and also Key. Then you would like to actually share more about this to educate more people about how it goes, right?
Yes, I can say that for us to change the world is impossible.
Yes.
But I always have this kind of motto. So it is like use your profession and what God has given you for us to actually create a positive change to the people and the environment. And this is very important to me. So with this kind of collaboration, I think people will tend to have this kind of concept and for ourselves to actually send a message out that we actually care for the nature, and this is how we translate our love to nature into art.
Yes.
Into art, that is the most important thing for me. But if you ask me to say like through this art to actually change the world, it's actually impossible. It's just be realistic. But it's actually for our love for nature, and we transfer it towards the art that we are building. Hopefully that it sends message out to for us and to other people to actually protect what they actually have. And because nature is actually free of charge, and it's the biggest gift from Mother Nature.
Exactly.
So just protect it as much as we can, but just not to ruin it.
Yeah, I agree with you because in terms of this area right now, more and more people are really learning about the sustainability as well as to how to manage and take care of the waste as well, right? So in order for us to look into this aspect, I believe like how your idea into this collection, it will really brings out the message into the protection for our nature. The more important is that, and then at the same time when you have this area, right, it will emphasize a lot more for the people to understand how the whole concept that you actually garnered through this. Later I would say more especially for the new generation, they will definitely will understand more in this area, right? Yeah. So in terms of this also, what can you describe also the collection of how this whole process works?
Okay, the whole concept of this collaboration is actually to glorify Mother Nature to its most beautiful towards onto the canvas, which is onto the masterpieces and the dresses and clothes of Key.
All right.
And yes, actually, to tell you the truth, I have a very very short timeline, which is actually impossible, and which until today, which is like KLFW is next week already, and I think that it's quite a miracle that I can actually finish everything quite on time, because for this whole collection I only have like less than 3 weeks to actually finish. Like compared to my solo exhibition, which I just did last year, the whole series of work took me a year and a half.
Wow.
So it's actually a massive kind of thing to me. It's actually
a new challenge also,
a
right?
new challenge, but hopefully we have more, because creation you can't actually force onto creativity works,
Understand.
Yeah, I will just try our best to work on the best towards what is given to me.
True. So far, how many collections that you will be working on?
I think at least, I didn't really count, but I think at least there'll be 14 to 15 pieces of work.
Wow.
Yeah.
That will take normally how long it needs?
Actually, it's not, but because we don't operate like a factory, we fine artists don't operate like a factory. Like it's not 9 to 5, and we're not machine oriented. So it's actually all about creation and what do you see and what do you feel at that kind of moment. So it takes time, There's no specific time. That means there's no specific time to actually. When people ask me how much time you spend on this work, how much, I can't actually answer them that, because sometimes it comes just like minutes, and sometimes it takes years to actually work on it, constantly working on it towards what you think it's perfect, and you don't need to further touch on it anymore.
Alright.
Yeah.
Truly understand that, because it's one and only after all, right?
Yes.
In terms of the idea that you have, it's just spot on spot.
Yeah.
Then in the end of the day, it's always look into how much improvement you need to do on it in terms of the touch up or anything else, right? Right. In regards to the fabric wise, do you have any the way that you have been working on, does it apply to the different type of fabric as well?
Yes, it gives me a lot of different type of fabrics, and there's, of course, I don't know what they are called. Well, I just knew which one is the best to work on.
Right.
I didn't know what kind of fabric, because I totally have no idea about
Because normally you've been
fashion.
working on canvas,
Yeah,
right?
just canvas. That's it. We know a lot about canvas, but we don't know about fabric.
Right.
So yeah, it's a new thing to me, lah. So yes, we have some trial and error somewhere around there, but we try to make things work, lah.
Right. I understand, because Key Collection, most of the time he has like a suit design, as well as right now I believe in terms of the collection, he definitely wants to work on with different type of fabrics as well. So like for instance, some of like satin, and also maybe because most of this fabric, what we learn from is imported from Japan. So in order for this whole collection to come alive into very unique, especially it also has a little bit like a combination like denim, the stretch denim type, right? Yeah. So for this range that you've been working on, then it also comes along with the timeline as well for it to dry as well, right?
Yes. Yes, the drying process takes time, and after the drying process you need to actually rework on it, so that actually takes a lot of time as well. It's time consuming.
So in terms of the element, yes, when we talk about, I understand there will be like mountains?
Yeah, they're mainly mountains, 山水.
山水.
山水, yeah. The textures of nature, I should say. The textures of nature. So if you explore deeper into it, you see different textures, like from lines created by water and how it forms a mountain, trees, greeneries and stuff like that. If you look deeper into it, yeah, there's a lot of textures of nature that I've applied.
It sends different messages.
I don't say like different messages. As what I've said before is, actually I'm just glorifying the beauty of nature to its most best. Yeah. Yeah. As realistic, I've told you just now, as to be logical, we can't actually change the world. To be frank, but what we can do is actually using our profession to actually send some positive message, to actually make some positive change to the people, the environment that we care for.
True, true. This is definitely ties to all of us as well, because we hope that the next generation will also benefit from here.
Yes.
Really, we need all the nature, because human living right now is more about we have to balance back, and because of us who have already been damaging the
Yes.
earth, and now we have to gain back our mother nature and take care and
Yes.
protect as well, right?
Yeah, to me it's all about balance, because the world has to change every day. We can't deny that the change, which involves new infrastructure or whatsoever, it's bad. But because it needs to change, but we have to find a balance between nature and what we can't overuse, because once the nature is demolished, it can't be. Yeah, it can't be
Repaired,
traced.
right?
It can't be traced.
True. Right. And the inspiration too, like you say, is more on the nature base, right? So in terms of this, what are the message that you would like to convey to the audience during the show? Maybe you can. Give a
During
shot.
the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can say it's appreciate nature, love nature, because nature is what we only have. That's only what we've got.
Yes.
And protect it while it's there.
Yes.
Because everybody needs nature. Everybody needs. I say the most easiest way to convey this is actually everybody needs to breathe, and what generates oxygen to us, and what brings us fresh air, and what brings us life. What brings us
Yes.
life. It's all about nature. It's all about nature, and I believe that we should find a balance. We should find a balance. Between the growth of infrastructure whatsoever, and the balance between nature. I think we need to find a balance, and to not overuse nature, and not ruin it. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Thank you so much, Mark. How you started?
Oh, okay. Okay. My name is Mark Lee. I'm a fine artist, and actually, fine arts comes to me was like a therapy for me. It's a mental therapy for me. I think 7 or 8 years ago, but I didn't know that it became my second career as well. Entertainment world is a bit there's this chaos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Actually, fine arts, I started picking up my brushes and things as a sort of therapy for me, my mental therapy.
Right.
And of course, I started to actually appreciate nature more, and I do a lot of hikes. I've conquered a lot of peaks, and that's how this fine arts and this nature and mountains actually gels together. And I was loyal to my theme, and today I'm still painting mountains.
That's great. That's great very much, because I understand right now, especially Malaysia, we have really a lot, right, in different states, and the experience to be up there is totally different, right? So that would be one part that I believe, if you can convey through this message that your inspiration from, that will be another level for people to learn through, right?
Yep. Okay.
Good.
Appreciate nature,
Yeah.
love nature, and because nature is what you've only got, and this is what we only have. That's what we're only given to us, and nature is free of charge. It's doing the best for you. Oh shit, I'm very bad at this.
It's already good.
me. Okay. So
You started off as a film director?
yeah, I'm still a film director.
You're still, right?
Yeah, please watch my movie. It's in the cinemas now.
Right, I know. 仲有咩加葱啊？
冇冇冇，
冇㗎啦，真係啊。
呢個 key 講晒。